Hello student, good morning. I am Dr.Ajay Kumar Sinha, Professor of Chemistry. Today I am going to discuss greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases. Before going to the greenhouse gases, I want to discuss about the concept of greenhouse effect. What is actually greenhouse effect? Greenhouse means a building made mainly of glass with heat and humidity regulated for growing plant. In a greenhouse, visible light passes through the glass and heats up the soil. The warm soil emits radiation in a longer wavelength, particularly in the infrared. Because glass is opaque to longer wavelength of infrared radiation, it partly reflects and partly absorbs infrared radiation. This mechanism keeps the greenhouse warmer than the outer atmosphere. Generally, it is used in cold countries where it is difficult to grow the plant or do agriculture. For the growth of plant, that temperature is somewhat warm temperature is required. But in cold countries, that temperatures may not be available. Then to get this warmness for the agriculture purpose or for the plantation, this greenhouse is used. Artificially also it is used, and natural way I will tell you how it is used in natural way also. Actually, many gases are there that is required to maintain the warmness. Gases actually holds the heat. If gas will be not there, then heat emitted from the earth, it will go directly to the atmosphere, and earth will become or land will become cold, very cold. Then in the cold we can't plant, we can't do any agriculture. Then to maintain that warmness, to maintain temperature, that some gases are required. That gases absorbs the heat and it will maintain the warmness near the land. Then in cold countries, generally it is used. Artificially they will make a building made up of, or house made up of glass. Then what will do this glass? Then this greenhouse artificially maintained or built greenhouse that is a building, you can tell, glass building made up of mainly glass. And what it will do? It will regulate heat and humidity. Okay, greenhouse means a building made mainly of glass with heat and humidity regulated for growing plant. In a greenhouse, visible light like sunlight, that is a visible light. In a greenhouse, visible light passes through the glass and heats up the soil. That is the first, it is a normal work. After that, the warm soil emits radiation in a longer wavelength. Longer wavelength means less heat. Okay. Short wavelength means more heat. If wavelength is long, then heat will be less. If wavelength is short, then heat will be more. Inversely related. Okay, energy and wavelength is inversely related, you remember. Then the warm soil emits radiation in longer wavelengths, particularly in the infrared. Infrared will have long wavelength, means less energy. Because glass is opaque to longer wavelength. Opaque means it will just not allow freely to go heat to the atmosphere. Okay. That is, meaning is not very clear, not very transparent. Not very transparent. Okay. That is the opaque. When it will be transparent, completely all will go without any restriction. But now 50-60% it will be, 70% it will be stopped. Only very less will pass through that, means pass through the glass. Then warm soil emits radiation in longer wavelengths, particularly in the infrared. Because glass is opaque to longer wavelength of infrared radiation, it partly reflects and partly absorbs infrared radiation. This mechanism keeps the greenhouse warmer than the outer atmosphere. Then this I told you artificially, but in a natural way also it is possible. Then how it is possible, that I am telling you. Okay, after this I will tell about the greenhouse gases. Then now in a natural way how it happens, I am telling you. In a similar way, carbon dioxide and water vapors in an atmosphere transmit shorter wavelength. Similar way, carbon dioxide and water vapor in atmosphere transmit shorter wavelength visual radiation. Shorter wavelength means high energy. Okay. Then carbon dioxide and water vapor in atmosphere transmit shorter wavelength visible radiation. In visible radiation like light, in that also shorter wavelength may be, or generally it is actually. Actually for in UV light more, that is the shorter wavelength, more energy will be there. But sometimes in particularly in summer time, in UV ray, in visible rays also shorter wavelength are present, or you can say visible light sometimes contain shorter wavelength also, means more energy. That light will have more energy. Then carbon dioxide and water vapors in atmosphere transmit shorter wavelength visible radiation, but reflects heat radiation from warmed surface of the earth. This mechanism maintain an even temperature about 15 degrees Celsius on average on the Earth's surface. Here you can understand this positive role of carbon dioxide. On Earth, carbon dioxide is there in our atmosphere. Then this carbon dioxide plays a very big role in maintaining average temperature of Earth, that is 15 degrees Celsius. In the absence of carbon dioxide, Earth temperature would have been gone to minus 15 degrees Celsius. In the absence of carbon dioxide, Earth temperature would have been gone to minus 15 degrees Celsius. You remember. Okay. This keeps Earth surface warmer, and the absence of which Earth temperature would have been gone to minus 15 degrees Celsius, and life on Earth would not have been existed. See the positive role of carbon dioxide. Correct? It is increasing 30 degree actually temperature. In absence of carbon dioxide, Earth's temperature would have gone to minus 15 degree. Then now first it brought from minus 15 degree to 0 degree. Means 0 degree. Just for neutralize this minus 15 degree plus 15 degrees is required. Now it became 0. And now again it brought to the plus 15 degree. Means it raised the 30 degree temperature. Then now we are in a position to live on the Earth. Life is existing. Okay, this is the first important point of plus point of carbon dioxide. Second, its a positive point is that it is a non-poisonous gas. Carbon monoxide is poisonous gas. Carbon dioxide is non-poisonous gas. Correct? And third, its a important point is for carbon dioxide gas, photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is due to the carbon dioxide only. In the whole world, we see the greenery due to the carbon dioxide. Correct? Whatever food we are getting due to the photosynthesis. Without carbon dioxide, there will be no photosynthesis. No, plant will not produce carbohydrate, our main food. Correct? See the importance of carbon dioxide. Now come to this here greenhouse effect I am talking about. Then this I have told you that carbon dioxide and water vapor, that this carbon dioxide and water vapor maintains an even temperature about 15 degrees Celsius on average on the Earth's surface. Then this carbon dioxide and water vapor also absorbs the light. Hence they are keeping the Earth warm. Correct? They are maintaining Earth temperature in a natural way, keeping it around 15 degrees Celsius. Now other things you understand. Human activities are changing the composition as well as behavior of the atmosphere at an unprecedented rate. The pollutants from a wide range of human activities are increasing the atmospheric concentration of heat trapping gases called greenhouse gases. You remember what is the greenhouse gases? Again, I am telling you, the pollutants from a wide range of human activities are increasing the atmospheric concentration of heat trapping gases. Heat trapping gases called greenhouse gases. And in a shortcut we can tell GHG, greenhouse gases, GHGS, greenhouse gases. Then greenhouse gases means that heat trapping gases who will trap the gases which trap the heat, that is called heat trapping gases, and that heat trapping gases are called greenhouse gases, which act like a blanket trapping heat close to the surface that would otherwise escape through the atmosphere to the outer space. Correct? Role of this heat trapping gases, or you can tell greenhouse gases. These greenhouse gases act like a blanket trapping heat close to the earth's surface. Otherwise would, or you can say otherwise escape through the atmosphere to the outer space. The overall effect is that there is a net increase of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, which causes global warming. Correct? A climate warmer than ever before, that is called global warming. What is a global warming? Then due to this heat trapping gases, means greenhouse gases that will trap the heat. Then due to because now due to the pollution, this type of gases are more. Greenhouse gases are more that will trap the heat and it becomes warm. That is actually called global warming. The overall effect is that there is a net increase of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere due to the pollution, which causes global warming. Global warming means a climate warmer than ever before. Now come to the greenhouse gases. What are the gases? I will tell the name of gases which trap the heat. Heat trapping gases, I will tell you, means greenhouse gases. Then carbon dioxide is, I will tell, actually carbon dioxide is very popular. Okay. Here here also greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide has a major role. Okay. But carbon dioxide is not only culprit contributing the greenhouse effect and global warming. It is a major greenhouse gas, but there are other greenhouse gases like methane, chlorofluorocarbons, nitrogen oxide, ozone, and water vapors. The relative contribution of the radiatively active gases, radiatively, that what are their contribution? Now I will tell you the relative contribution of radiatively, okay, that how much it is active, radiatively active gases. Okay, I will tell their percentage, who is contributing more. Then carbon dioxide is 50%. Its contribution is in greenhouse effect, means gases. Then carbon dioxide has a 50% role. It has 50%. contribution. And second is methane gas 19%. Carbon chlorofluorocarbon CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, it has third position 17%. And next is ozone gas O3, ozone layer is there, that is 8%. And N2O, it has 4%. Okay, nitrous oxide N2O 4%. Okay, and now remaining is 2%. Then 2% contribution is from water vapor. This is actually relative contribution of greenhouse gases to global warming. Okay, this I told you. Now you should know from where these gases are coming. You know that in air, oxygen is there, hydrogen is there, nitrogen is there. These are the main gases. But this global warming is not due to only these gases. Carbon dioxide is in less. In a natural way, in air, carbon dioxide is less. Okay. But now you are getting more carbon dioxide, all gases. Methane gases, you are getting water vapor and ozone, nitrous oxide, CFC, chlorofluorocarbon. Then from where these gases are coming, then you should understand, okay, so that action can be taken. Then carbon dioxide, you might be knowing how we can say carbon dioxide is coming to the atmosphere. A huge amount of CO2 gets introduced into the environment from furnaces of power plants, fossil fuel burning for various purposes, vehicular exhaust, and breathing of animals. We also release carbon dioxide. Don't forget. We also release carbon dioxide. We are taking oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. Then many animals are there, including man. All are releasing carbon dioxide also. That's why in any platform, railway platform or where gathering is there, you will feel warm because all will release carbon dioxide there, and there you will find a breathing problem. Then for that two reason is there. First, all are releasing carbon dioxide, and in that a small area for short period, oxygen may not be available in sufficient quantity. Correct? Because many people are there, maybe 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 like that. Then in that a small area, that oxygen may not be sufficient. All may not get oxygen quickly. Then due to this inavailability of sufficient quantity of oxygen, person may feel suffocation and may die also. Okay, that's why in this crowd, one should not stand. If it is a big crowd, one should not be there. Correct? Because oxygen you will not get. You will get carbon dioxide. Then you will feel warm also, and because you will not get sufficient quantity of oxygen, then you know that if oxygen you will not get, then what will happen? In blood oxygen will not reach, and it will not circulate to the body, and person can die. What was happening in Corona time? That's why it was not allowed to go to the crowded in market or somewhere. Correct? That was really main reason. Absence of can say oxygen. Oxygen was less available in the generally it will be less. You might have observed also in platform. I am talking about railways. railway junction, platform, or anywhere where crowd is there one should not stand for long. For shorter period, okay, anyhow they should go and come out for the fresh air. Then these animals are also responsible. Vehicular exhaust means vehicles on roadsides are also responsible. Furnaces of power plants, fossil fuel burning for various purposes are responsible. Others, oceans, other things, oceans and plants. Oceans and plants are natural sink of CO2. Plant absorb the carbon dioxide. That's why one should grow more plant. But the ocean may not be able to absorb this increased carbon dioxide. Due to deforestation, plants also cannot utilize the whole CO2 during photosynthesis. Thus, the excess CO2 is responsible for increasing the temperature of the atmosphere. Second, water vapor. Water vapor is the most important of all the greenhouse gases, but the mixing ratio of water is highly variable in time and space, and the global relative humidity is constant at about 1%. In air, you will get humidity around 1% moisture. There are no anthropogenic activities that directly cause the increase of water vapor in the atmosphere, but water vapor also absorbs the heat. Now, third gas, that is the methane. Water is a vapor, I told you, but now third gas, methane. From where you will get the methane? When the organic matter is subjected to anaerobic means without oxygen. When the organic matter is subjected to anaerobic, highly reducing aqueous or terrestrial environment, methane is produced. For example, it is released from the wet land, including both natural swamp and cultivated paddy fields. It is grown more in natural swamps and cultivated paddy fields. From paddy we are getting rice. Then from the paddy fields you will get more methane. Methane is also released during extraction and inefficient burning of fossil fuel. When wood will burn, that time you will also get methane. That time also it releases methane. Another source of methane is the digestive tract of cattle, sheep and goats. They release carbon dioxide. This is another source of methane. It's a digestive tract of cattle, sheep and goat. Termites also produced methane. It has been found that methane release occurs mostly in the low-income countries. In the tropics where cattle, sheep, goat and termites population and rice productions are high. There, only from that area, methane is coming out. In developed countries also, they are also contributing methane. Developed countries. How? In developed countries, major sources are landfills and emission associated with fossil fuels. Today, methane is considered to be one of the most greenhouse gases and an active contributor to global warming. Next gas is ozone. Ozone remains one of the most perplexing air pollutants. Important. Okay. Ozone remains one of the most perplexing air pollutants. Ozone is formed in the atmosphere by reaction of different pollutants like reactive hydrocarbons and oxides of nitrogen, NOx. NOx may be 1 or 2. X is equal to 1, X is equal to 2. NO, N2O, NO2, various oxides are there. That is called NOx. Then there's different pollutants like reactive hydrocarbons and oxides of nitrogen. Ozone remains, I told, one of the important air pollutant. Ozone is formed in the atmosphere by reaction of different pollutants like reactive hydrocarbons and oxides of nitrogen. It is not emitted from any source. Ozone formation has a very complex relationship with meteorological condition. It depends to a large extent on factors such as wind speed, mixing heights and temperature. Now come to the next gases, nitrous oxide. From where it comes? Nitrous oxide. The major sources of nitrous oxide are microbial denitrification and vehicular exhaust and conversion of nitrate to nitrous oxide, soils, lakes and oceans. These are the sources for nitrous oxide. From the vehicular exhaust also it is coming oxides of nitrogen, because organic matter contains nitrogen oxide. When it burns, then organic matter contains nitrogen, and when it will burn, then because burning time oxygen is required, that will convert to different oxides of nitrogen. And also I told you conversion of nitrate to nitrous oxides, and also you will get through soils, through lakes and by oceans also. The increased application of nitrogen fertilizer, including animal manure, augments this I am telling you that fertilizer, nitrogenous fertilizers augments the supply of nitrate substances required for denitrification. Additional emission of nitrous oxides are produced from urban waste landfill sites and direct sewage disposal to the large water bodies. The influx of this and the other type of organic matters lead to emission of N2O from the oceans, especially in coastal regions and estuaries. Estuaries is where three rivers can meet together. Okay. Meet races, sometimes seas also can meet, 2-3 seas or big rivers can meet at one place. That is the called estuaries. Estuaries, ESTUARIES, estuaries. Some nitrous oxide is also released from industrial processes such as the production of adipic acid and nitric acid. Next gas is CFC, chlorofluorocarbon. What is its source? CFCs means chlorofluorocarbons are released to the atmosphere during the operation and maintenance of appliances and equipments in which these molecules are used as coolants and propellants. Propellants means fuels for rockets. Then there they use coolants. In that coolants, actually CFC, carbon chlorofluorocarbons, is a function as a coolant. Correct? Then from that you will get CFC, means it reaches to the atmosphere. CFC are released to atmosphere during the operation and maintenance of appliances and equipments in which these molecules are used as coolants and propellants. These gases drastically affect the climate change. In general, energy production is a major cause of greenhouse gases. Just in general, I am talking in general, energy production is major cause of greenhouse gases. The greenhouse gases arise from many sources, but perhaps more than anything else, the increasing release of several of the species into the atmosphere is associated with energy production and use. For example, all fossil fuels release carbon dioxide when burned. The process of greenhouse effect is well understood, but there is a great difficulty in predicting what climate effects will result from increasing concentration of greenhouse gases. The difficulties in predictions are associated with complex interaction between the various environment processes and the positive and negative feedbacks that results from the rising concentration of greenhouse gases. Now, measurement, how can you just comparatively we tell means measurement of effects of greenhouse gases. Carbon dioxide is commonly known as the greenhouse gas. It is responsible for about half the atmospheric heat. Half the atmospheric heat retained from trace gases and also for 50% of the greenhouse effect. One molecule on a molecular basis you can understand on a molecule basis methane is 20 to 30 times more effective than CO2 in trapping heat. This you understand. Carbon dioxide contribution is more, but on a molecular basis methane is 20 to 30 times more effective than carbon dioxide in trapping heat. The potential of greenhouse gas to cause global warming is expressed by global warming potential, GWP, global warming potential. It is a function of both the infrared absorption characteristics and lifetime of gas. Up to what period gas will be there. And second, I told you infrared absorption. How much infrared absorption it has absorbed. Okay. And just in a simple way, I want to tell you comparison that CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, is 38 million times stronger. Just to remember, CFC is 38 million times stronger. N2O is 3800 times and methane is 25 times stronger than CO2 in terms of global warming potential. Remember, CFC in comparison to carbon dioxide, I am talking about CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, is 38 million times stronger than CO2, and N2O 3800 times than CO2, and methane 25 times stronger than carbon dioxide. Okay, despite CO2 is a main contributor, but stronger wise CFC is 38 million times stronger than CO2, N2O 3800 times, and methane 25 times stronger than CO2 in terms of global warming potential. Okay. Now I am stopping only here. Thank you.